Hello, friends. This is Georgie Boy coming to you with another YouTube video. Sorry, I'm doing a very poor attempt at Kent's introduction. Hello, friends. Speaking of which, I sort of wish him well on his date at the old baseball game. I still sort of fear that the way he sort of described it is like, man, you sound like you're really building up this person and putting a lot of hope, etc. into it, which is sort of understandable, but it's just hope it works out for him. I don't know if you watch my channel, Kent, but I wish you well. Hopefully you finally find what it is you've been looking for. Anyway, friends, this is it. This is the last day of July 2017. In a few short hours, that's it. So if there's anything you still want to do in July 2017, gotta do it soon, folks. Gotta do it soon. 5 days left, or I'm sorry, 5 months left in the year. You told yourself, you were sitting in December, thinking about the new year, telling yourself how, man, it's, this is my year. And now, you blink your eyes and 5 months are left. It's April, May, you were thinking about summer. Oh, that nice, warm summer weather. The girls in their short shorts. Those fucking whores. Those degenerate whores. I'm kidding. Oh, man, you're going to get so much done this summer. Summer's going to be lit. And you spent it beating off, playing video games, going to work or going to school, and just sitting in your room alone. Yes, indeed, folks. 5 more months. 5 more months. If you enjoy Big Papa mode and cardio videos, don't worry, there's going to be more. My vacation, 8-day vacation, Essential Heretic made a funny comment. I'll give you that one. She knows more dead people. I have more time off than some of the dead people she knows. It's very funny. So yeah, there will be plenty of time. I mean, tomorrow everyone will be off at work. Mom's off today at work from work still, so but yeah, everyone will be at work, so I will be starting my neatcation, right? So plenty more cardio videos will be coming up. If that's what you like. Yeah, that's what you freaks like, don't you? Oh. Yeah, so just my work week started today, and it's the one day I just have to not show up to work tomorrow. As weird as that is, when you're sometimes it catches up on you and you're like, wait, I took time off from work? Alright, so But yeah, it'll be, that 8 days will go by like it's nothing. I'm enjoying now. Enjoying talking to you wonderful folks, etc. It's, I was thinking about what I said with the expectation now is better than the real thing, but maybe it was always that way, folks. Maybe it was always technically that way. It's just as always, you sort of remember, you look back at the past and you always remember it fondly, the best parts, right? In 10 years, I'll be sitting somewhere, hopefully still not in my parents' house, looking back at moments like this, remembering, oh, how wonderful it was. Isn't that funny? It's always, grass is greener on the other side of the decade or something, right? Funny how that works out. I mean, was it ever as good as you thought it would be, or was it always, oh, you see some weird sexual innuendos? Well, I'm pretty sure no woman is going to think, yeah, you'll never pleasure any woman. You'll always, I don't know where I'm going. There was sort of always this way, folks. You think about high school and stuff like that. It's all, you have the weekend, the summer off, and was it ever that all good, or was it just, well, it's the summer, what will I do now? I don't know. Sleep all day, play video games, etc. Is that how it always was? Probably so, folks. Probably so. Just thinking back, some of these moments is just like, God, what the fuck did I do between, ending high school and going to college? The fuck did I even do? That 3 or 4 months that it was. I think I graduated in May, went to college in September. Literally decided on a school by opening a phone book, and like an advertisement fell out for one of those for-profit colleges, even though at this point, they're all for-profit, right? At this point, they all want their money. God, what the fuck did I do that summer? I think I just reminisced about high school a lot, sort of that surreal feeling of like, oh, you mean I don't have to go back to high school? Looking through the yearbooks, looking at the girls that I thought that were cute, etc., etc. I think I listened to a lot of, oh, you know how I know you gay? You listen to Coldplay. Yeah, I think there was some Coldplay. Hey, this was in like 2003 or 2003, so step off. Some Coldplay song. I think there were some Depeche Mode songs. Just some, yeah, and a whole lot of nothing, folks. Story of my life. To go back and do it again, folks, right? Sorry, this video is going to be all over the place. Par for the course. Nothing you do is focused and to the point and make any sense. Oh, it's okay. We learn to live with it. It's our little retarded Georgie boy. Yes, folks, to go back and do it again. What would you do if you could go back to high school and do it over again? What's sort of interesting is, I swear, like, you come across people, and back when I had a Facebook years ago, you can tell just by browsing people's profile that like high school was basically the height of their life. And I don't mean that like, oh, they were probably super popular or anything. It was just probably one of those where, yeah, you had to be around a whole bunch of people, and this was before you were thrust into the real world, before you got some job wherever, right? And you've probably been at that job for who knows how long. You know, some of the places that I've worked at, the offices, it's just, you can kind of tell, you know, you look at some of the high school kids, whatever, you can tell that, like, man, this is probably going to be the height of their, just like where they live, etc. It's like, man, there's nothing around here. Like, probably not rich enough to go to, I mean, who knows? It's just like, there's nothing around here, man. If you don't go off to college and get a whatever, it's like, well, guess you're getting a job at a grocery store or something like that, and that's where your ass is staying the rest of your life, man. I mean, I guess if you moved up right enough, you could do it, but it's like sort of hard to explain, you know. You just get the feeling some of these kids is just like, man, I hope that you are enjoying your friendships and all that shit, because after everyone's graduated and moved on and some of your friends are no longer here and all that stuff, is just going to be a slow descent into eat, work, sleep, and looking back fondly at those high school moments or something. Yes, folks, what would you do if you could go back and do it over again? Well, you already asked. God, how many times you gonna ask that? Man, I really fucking hated high school. Oh no, never mind. Nah. Yeah, doesn't mean I can't take a peek from over here through the bushes. I've learned to really appreciate women from across the parking lot. Oh boy. Really wish that I had gotten a job much earlier. Found some grocery store or something somewhere, folks. Just force yourself to start overcoming your fear of people and social interactions sooner in life, rather than having to deal with it until you're like 27 or something. Oh man. Probably would have gotten in shape much sooner, but yeah. And would have tried to give a fuck about something, so I had more time I would have more time. The sooner and younger you can start working on something, learning something, etc., the better it is, because it's your mind is more pliable and understands, learns better, and you get older, so you start it younger. It's like, oh, at this point, if I started at something at 16, it's like, well, shit, 32, that's 12 years. 16? I don't know. 16, yeah. 16 years you will have done something, if it was good, not fucking procrastinate, whatever. Just stuff like that. But it's like the quote, what is it? Youth is wasted on the young, right? It always is. The young never sort of learn until they're older. Whatever. You get what I mean. But, can't change any of that now. What else? I was going to say, in August it will be officially 4 years since I've been making YouTube videos. Although, can't really tell since I deleted the old channel. But yeah, if you're new to the channel, I've technically had a channel before this called Forever Alone Feels. I think started sometime in August of 2013. 4 years, folks. Hard to believe. Do I regret it? Do I regret deleting that channel? Maybe sometimes a little bit, but once again, nothing that you can do about it at this point, so I don't really think about it. It's always weird, folks, when you've been journaling, so to speak, your time for that long, so you have like a representation of like that passage of time is like, yeah, it's, as always, you probably could have already changed your life at this point. It's whatever. Sort of funny how it starts out with you like, oh God, sure would be nice to become a YouTuber and all that stuff. Now it quickly turns into like, oh man, you know, the videos that get views or what you can get into to try to guess what's going to go viral. Oh, la gonorrhea. It's just stuff that you don't really want. You kind of lose interest in making when it's, you know, it's the whole, you're making videos that are going to get views versus what you actually want to make. Just sort of thinking about it, since old Psych Out's getting big, he can sort of shows his subscriber count there. So like at 1,200. My goodness. Hopefully that's what he wants to do. He wants to be a big YouTuber. Hopefully it keeps going up and up for him. But I think the only thing my worry was with him, and I think he kind of knows, and he did mention this in one of the videos, is something along the lines of the stuff he, you know, doesn't want to just be making videos about the same stuff about politics and conspiracies all the time, which is sort of what he ended up getting a bunch of views on. So it's the, like, you know, it's the balance of what do you make videos about. You know, you kind of know, oh, this and this drew the people in, but like, goddamn, like, I'm sure you could do the, like, all right, I'll make videos about this, but, you know, eventually it probably will just feel like, goddamn, I don't want to make videos about this anymore. Like, I don't care. So, I don't know. Either way, best of luck to old Psych Out. Even though he was saying something about maybe not watching my channel for a while and coming back in a year. So sad. What are you looking at? So, yeah, I mean, I'm sure you could, if you could stomach doing it and you didn't get completely sick on it. I mean, it seems to be, if you want to tap into the viral vein with news and politics and all that shit, you gotta, you know, as soon as an event, as soon as it's happening, you know, you gotta make a video about it quickly, try to get in when there's less people talking about it. Hopefully it shows up in search results and stuff like that. But like I said, it's, you know, I've thought about that myself sometimes. Like, oh, maybe I should try to make viral video again, but I don't think I could do it. I think I'd personally get pretty fucking sick of it fast. Where it's like, I mean, I don't fucking care. This or that happened. Like, I mean, it. Yeah. You know, long-winded point, sort of. I had my period where it was, oh, it'd be nice to, God, it'd be nice to make money, whatever, off of YouTube, but sort of reality sets in, and you're just like, maybe you get a taste of it. Maybe you get a taste of it where it's just like, man, do I really want to do this? Do I really want to, oh, these are the videos that are going to get views. Whatever. So as you'll notice, folks, this channel is not monetized. And that's not a sort of, oh, I'm better than other people. It's just, ads are annoying, and just all the constant shenanigans with YouTube of like, oh, they're running a whole bunch of shit on, algorithms because advertisers are leaving them, so they're going to clean up inappropriate videos, just all that shit that, the realities were like, hey, this is ultimately somebody else's platform that you're trying to make a living, whatever, on, and just, one day they decide we don't like this or we don't like that, and so it just. But of course, you know me, I do take Bitcoin donations, or is it neat bucks? So what else is... This will just be an end of July ramble. How about that? Oh, what else is... my parents are home. They arrived actually on Friday evening. So that guest has already gone back. And we actually... I think she already got back to where she is, and kind of saw my mom talking to her on Skype this morning. I think it hit my mom pretty hard, because this is basically a childhood friend of hers and stuff like that, where, it's sort of a reminder of, you have sort of this close friend that she talks to, and a reminder of the old country and just all that stuff that I think when this person left, it just, especially today, I think it kind of hit her pretty hard, where it's like, well, it's back to, your 2-week vacation and 2 weeks spending with this friend, etc. have gone by in an instant. Now it's the like, well, get your ass back to work tomorrow type of things. And saw her just watching and listening to something on YouTube. I think like it popped up with some like old music from like Ukraine or something, and I think I saw her tear up a little bit, so I went and gave her a hug. Probably go pick up some flowers for her too. I think she more than my dad. I don't know how much my dad does it. Still sort of wonders, was it really worth moving here? Is life really that much better? You kind of uproot yourself where a lot of family and friends are in another country and all that, and it's easier to get in contact with people now due to online stuff, but sure, maybe things would have been more difficult financial wise, but I think they still sort of wonder. I think it's my mom, like I said, that just sort of wonders, is would it have just been better to stay in Ukraine and be closer to friends, some family, etc., and sort of where you grew up and all that stuff than going here. Who knows? I'm sure that was probably on her mind and all that. So, but yeah, having this childhood friend sort of. I don't know. I feel for her. So. The reality too is how much are you going to do with a person? Or is like kind of mostly turned into the friend sitting on her like tablet doing stuff while my mom and dad sat on another couch watching TV. Sort of, you can only do so much. Like every day they kind of went and visited or whatever a place, and then they went on a long trip, but it's sort of the what else is there sort of left to do? Even with a good friend like that, like, yep, this is Colorado or whatever, and this is right where we live, and stuff here and there, and downtown and here, and just sort of probably be another story if this person lived in Colorado and you could visit periodically here and there. But I think it was just, also somebody who spoke the language so she could interact with them better and that kind of stuff. So, yeah. Such is life, right, folks? Sure, it probably doesn't help, too, that and they've sort of thought about, if we were still in Ukraine, would I have had a better chance of meeting somebody? I have not been such an introvert and all that kind of stuff. It's sort of talking about this before. It's sort of there's a part of the guilt where it's like you feel like a loser, or your parents just sort of used to it at this point. Does it hurt them more sometimes than they're giving off? Have they accepted defeat of just like, well, this is who we raised and I don't know. Sorry, this video is all over the fucking place. Glad they started music. Here, I wanted to get in the, I don't know if YouTube can sense it and, like, take it down or something. Oh, you're listening to, I don't know what the fuck they were listening to. We're flagging your video. What I do today, did work out in the morning, let's guess, you did cheese dips and, chicken thigh raises to your mouth. No, I did, dips and, dumbbell croc rows. Since I hadn't done those in a while, I only got 18 reps with each 50-pound dumbbell. Sort of crazy that the lift that's named after the person, Matt Kroc or something, is now a male to female person. So I did that. Do cardio tomorrow. What else, folks? Oh, I almost forgot. Having coffee with a girl on Friday, but it's not a date though, so at least I don't think it is. It's kind of hard to get a read on the situation and all that, but I'm not like overthinking it and like, oh, well, I wonder what, like, no, it's, it's an indirect coworker, so to speak, so, we'll get together, have some coffee, talk, that's fine. So, I was gonna make a video, I don't know if it was Saturday or, no, I think it was maybe Saturday or something, just, I'm definitely slowly losing my fear of approaching women. Not completely gone. It's just that feeling, folks. There are a couple of moments. Oh, I totally forgot. This is sort of weird, but on my days off, I've been making like weird round trips to like used stores, pawn shops, Goodwills, whatever. Have no reason to be there. I think it's mostly just sort of, so it's not just you sitting inside the house, like just finding stores far away that are like a 30-40 minute drive, because there's nothing at all close to me. So just, getting out of the house, getting out of your comfort zone, going to places you've never been, etc. like that, and just, I don't know, maybe, I think it's for numerous reasons where it's like, part of it is that to get out the house, go to other parts of town. A part of it is just sort of curiosity of like, what do people like trade in and what's even on sale. I think maybe a part of it was just some of what, Psych Out did with some of his like pawn shop videos, where it's like, oh, if I buy it for this, I can sell it for that. But I don't think I'd ever want to do the whole eBay thing, folks. I think that's just not for me. But I could see where you're like, this looks pretty cheap. Seems to work. I wonder if I could sell it for one thing that I did. I saw a PlayStation 3 controller on sale for $6. I think it was even less since they're having like a sale on electronics. So I bought. It's like, wow, this looks good. It's like the sticks, all the buttons. Oh yeah, bet you like the stick. The sticks feel good. The buttons, everything appears to be working. So I found a GameStop, since there's a bunch of them here in Colorado, and they were having I think the deal is over, but they'll give you the same amount of cash as it would be trade. So it was like 13 something. So I basically made a net profit of like about $7. It was purely like, I wasn't attempting to do anything like that at all. It wasn't like out of my way. It was just sort of like it catches your, most of what it is that they have is like VCRs and crock pots and like those George Foreman type of grills. It seems to be if you dig around, it's like, oh wow, like this thing looks in good condition and this much. So I was like, well, I don't have a PS3, have no reason for any of it's sort of funny because they sell those controllers for like $40-50 at GameStop. Probably could have gotten more for it if I sold it on eBay, but it's like, man, I don't care. So it's like, oh, $7, but I'm sure with the amount of driving I did, I probably burned up $7 worth of gas. So it was just but the other thing too has just been, periodically you'll see women there. I've just been working on my eye contact, folks. Not breaking that eye contact. Just like, not giving them the crazy eyes. But, you look at them, they look at you or whatever, and not doing the looking away thing, holding that eye contact. So it's kind of multi-service, whatever thing. But, yeah, I'll be honest, more than a couple of times I definitely saw a cute girl and didn't approach, folks. Well, why? It was not fear. It was honestly just sort of that what's the point feeling. That I sort of described, like, what would I even do with one? I think it's, if you've ever watched, I think it's the second Batman movie. As the Joker tells him, I think it's like a dog chasing cars. I wouldn't know what to do with one if I caught it, is sort of what it honestly feels like sometimes. Maybe I'm just overthinking it, folks. Maybe it's just, the same of like, you try to justify why you shouldn't move out. Oh, who cares? What's this? What's that? Maybe it's, but I have no other way to do. Like I said, it wasn't fear. It was purely that feeling of like, well, even if I, like, what would I honestly do? Besides the physical aspects of it. Maybe there's some self-doubt and self-whatever because you still live with your parents, but it's just where you don't fucking enjoy doing anything other than being alone and being into weird shit, right? Like a typical loner who's grown up in the modern time. It's really sort of the only way. It's just like, man, what the fuck would I even do with the girl? Oh, you want to go to a thing? Like, man, deep down, like, not fucking really. So sort of beating myself up over that a little bit. But then, of course, you went to a store or something and I saw some cute blonde in a leather jacket and sort of these gray leggings, but didn't get any eye contact. But that one was legitimately more fear. Maybe it's just, I feel undeserving of tall blonde women or some bullshit like that, but I don't know. Maybe it's because I was kind of looking over at her and like I said, I didn't get any eye contact, so that one felt a little bit more tricky. But as you're sort of driving away, it's like, what, a few moments of fear / embarrassment for taking action, for somebody you'll never see again. It's just, Still can't tell, folks. Still can't tell if it's just in my head, if you meet the right person, they'll get you out of your shell and blah, blah, blah. Or will I truly get just like, truly get just like bored of having a GF? I don't know. It was a weird thing too. Like I said, there was no fear. There was no fear in those initial ones. I like even walked by and just looked at him and said hello, but it was just like, man, what will I even do with this person, honestly? When you don't enjoy being around anyone at all, and it's just you putting on a mask of, oh, you want to go hang out, you want to go here, you want to go there, like, want to get coffee? Oh, honestly, fucking no. I don't. I just want to be left alone and in my room. Oh, boy. Seeing people's point, though, I'll be honest, folks, when my parents came back, I was a little like, oh, you guys are back? I was sort of inside, sort of hoping that they still would have been gone for another week. And watch, somebody's now going to put, oh, you're so ungrateful. Blah, blah, blah. Your parents take care of you and you didn't. Blah, 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 blah. No, like I said, I can see the point of like, man, maybe it's just that side of me that's an introvert talking, I don't know, where it's just like, man, it'd be nice to have a place of your own where nobody could bother you. I don't know. On one hand, it's nice to have them back. On the other hand, it was sort of nice to be by yourself too. But I'll be honest, basically the way it went is at first there was sort of that anxiety and fear. And then it turned into like, cool, yeah, I just home alone. And then it turned into mostly just boredom, to be completely honest. Mostly just boredom, and I can't believe how it turned into just one day after another. And I wonder if it would be that way for other things for me. Is that how I would react to having a girlfriend, folks? That initial excitement, apprehension, whatever, then like, cool, a girlfriend, and then would it just very quickly turned into, I don't know what the fuck to do with another person ultimately. Now I'm just sort of disinterested. I don't know. Just hope I didn't fuck myself up too bad by having avoided it all for so long, folks. But it's just too late for you to something. I don't know. Will it just always make me a fucking weirdo with women that way, or... I mean, at the end of the day, I guess it all depends on the girl, right? Some will be good for you, some not, whatever. It's all a matter of finding the right one. Or some crap like that, I don't know. Isn't that always the case, folks? You look at the couples, you think of the movies, oh, they're driving together, going to places, blah, blah, but like some other things in life that you see people do and you feel anxious and you wish, when is it going to be my turn for sex or whatever? And then when you finally get it, like I said, that feeling where the anticipation and thought of it is better than the actual thing. Still don't know if is it for the best that I'm a loner and I've gotten so, or am I so fucked up, or what is it just all in your head and you get a girlfriend and you'll just be so happy and whatever. Who knows? I just can't let it immobilize me of like not talking to a girl if you get eye contact and this or that. You don't try it if you don't see, right? Then how can you know? Nobody's gonna take my virginity and loneliness. You can take it from my cold, dead hands. Who knows, folks? What else is going on? What else is going on? No, I don't think anything else. Well, folks, 5 more months. 5 more months. What are we going to do? What are you going to do? Let's see. I just want to look. Are you gonna sue me for looking? Sorry, it's getting a little hot in here. Oh, I'll bet. Oh, it's getting steamy. It actually is. At the Yes, indeed, folks. What would I do with a girlfriend? You know, not to be all existential or any of that shit. Was I even meant to be with anybody? Just always felt so disconnected from things. Like you're here, but not here. Like you're sort of here to do something, but not really enjoy this world, if that makes sense. I know it sounds kind of dumb, and I don't mean to make that sound mopey or any of that shit. It's just sort of the only way to describe it is here, but not really here. I think back in the day, I remember Elliot Holst describing it something like what? In the world, but not of the world, something like that. Kind of knew that from an early age, folks. Kind of knew that from an early age, folks. Even in high school, just kind of knew early on that wouldn't have a quote-unquote normal life, whatever that means. Just that things would not go normally for me. Didn't have an exact reason or what that meant. Oh, define normal. Brr. But who knows, folks? Seems like a lot of us are fucked up at this point, right? One way or another. One way or another. Oh, man. I watched some video game video. Oh, no, getting sick of you talking about video game. Watched some video game videos over the weekend. Not of any particular game, just sort of retro collections and like, oh, well, okay, now here's like got on this weird Doom kick of like the different versions of like Doom and the ports and the differences and stuff like that. It's very sort of autistic. But yeah, you just sort of look at these people who like have their room adorned with collecting this and that, and I have all the versions of this or that. It's like you sort of get the impression that it's this people sort of wanting to, oh, I got this when I was a teenager, or this or that. It sort of feels like like holding on, like wanting to recreate, I don't know what you'd call it, wanting to recreate the past, wanting to sort of remain something that reminds you of your childhood, just chill like that. I think it's definitely one thing to, thinking about / holding on to the past, reminiscing. I think sometimes that can be done in a good way and other times in a bad way, where it's like, man, you're holding on to shit that's just holding you back. Something you can't have anymore. Something that probably never really even existed. Just you sort of mentally, as always, bringing it back to, making it out to be better than it actually was. Is it because you don't see a future, or God, these videos getting boring. Alright folks, I can't think of anything else. Got 8 days off, might do some traveling, it'd be nice, folks, if this happens. Making no guarantees. It'd be nice to I come across another honey with some eye contact, at least record chatting with one. I don't know if I can put the camera in my pocket or just have it with me and record the voice or something like that. Me actually attempting to talk to a girl. How about that, folks? So we'll see. Probably get bored of it pretty fast. It probably won't keep up the whole traveling out to places. Like everything else is like, oh, okay, that was fun, but now I don't really give a shit anymore. So indeed, folks, I've got 8 days off from work. It's gonna go by faster than I can even imagine. Yeah, I bet you're gonna be sitting in like a week talking about how, hey, has it been a week already? I'm Georgie boy. And 5 more months. 5 more months in 2017, folks. What are you gonna do? And on that note, folks, almost an hour in. I hope you enjoy a nice, long, comfy, autistic, whatever, weird Georgie boy video for the end of July 2017. Many more cardio videos, probably hopefully do some workout videos, all that stuff. So on that note, folks, thank you for watching. Hope you have a great, wonderful rest of your July 2017. Bye-bye.